Fired up footballers, welcome back to another episode. Jeffrey here with you, and so is my older brother James. And today we're going to talk a preview about the upcoming game against Los Angeles Galaxy. So I'm just going to read off some names. That's how we're going to begin here. I got some names for you, James.
Sure.
Perry Kitchen, who actually I played with when I played with Chicago Magic. He was a year above me, and we would scrimmage against him sometimes. He was amazing.
Destroyer of Worlds, back when he was 15.
I was like 14.
14?
Yeah, 13, I was young. Perry Kitchen,
I think he just came back to MLS too, by the way.
Yes, he did. Ashley Cole came from the Hearts, I believe. Ashley Cole, Romain Alessandri, zLAtan Ibrahimovic, Jonathan Dos Santos, Giovanni Dos Santos, Ola Kamara, and Sebastian Lletget, who's still working his way back from injury. So those just are a few big names. And James, what do you think?
Oh man, we are up against it in a little bit going into this weekend. Now, offensively, the LA Galaxy, those names that we just read off to you are frightening. They're scary. But one thing you do have to take into account is the LA Galaxy actually happened to be the resident wooden spoon holders, which was what the Fire were the 2 years prior to LA Galaxy taking up the mantle from us. So they were actually the worst team in the league last year, LA Galaxy. So they actually had a few of these guys on their team. What is it? Ashley Cole was still there. Alessandrini just came there. Lletget got injured. They just got Ola Kamara in a trade from Columbus.
Perry Kitchen was added this year. So
Perry Kitchen was added this year. zLAtan was added. Wasn't Gio added this year?
No, Gio's been there for a little bit.
Or was it Jonathan?
Both have been there for a little bit. So yeah, obviously attacking-wise, like James was alluding to, they got names. They got the threats. But, it will... Let me ask you this now, James. How do you think the Chicago Fire will be able to handle those names?
We don't know. We still have basically a very suspect back line. We aren't quite sure how they're going to be deployed on Saturday. At the moment, you would kind of think that they are going to lean, three in the back with possibly Bastian Schweinsteiger as that central center back.
Yeah,
and
I think
that's the safest route.
I think you're going to see that points. Three in the back. Maybe Ellis takes a seat for Lillard, who's just, taller, and you have to deal with zLAtan. So that might be one of the changes I see back there. But here's the thing. Do you think we'll be able... I'll answer my own question. Do I think the Fire are going to be able to limit, the Galaxy to goals? I don't know. I don't
think so.
I mean, they got their last game against the Crew, they got lucky. They really got lucky. They worked hard. The post is on their side. Some people had some good games. But, we read you those names. Those are a lot of big-time names. I know they're not playing very well right now. But, again, it takes one game for them to click.
And the biggest factor that they are going to have going for them going into this game is it probably might be the first game that zLAtan Ibrahimovic will be starting. The pundits have been thinking that he might get around 60, 70 minutes, and they expect him to start. They thought he could have played a full half last game, but he didn't. Well, so we're going to be dealing with his class.
We cannot get into a track meet. There's no way we're not going to win a track meet with LA Galaxy. If they score 3 goals, we're going to be in trouble. Defensively, though, defensively, there's some mishaps. I watched Klopas the other day on his one of his YouTube things, and he showed a little clip.
Klopas and Tenorio on the Chicago Fire Weekly.
He showed a little clip of the shape of the LA Galaxy.
It's called the breakdown.
It was just huge. It was egregious. So you had the strikers here, you had the midfield here, and then you had the defense here, and they were just spread out. For a professional team, I literally watched it and I said, wow, it was that bad. I cannot believe how poor their shape was.
You could run the Titanic and the Britannia down both of those central midfields.
Yeah. Well,
that's how spaced out they were.
Jonathan and Perry Kitchen, word on the street is they're not really blending together. They kind of the Fire have too many CDMs. They're very similar players too. So they're still, working with each other. So offensively, yeah, I think we can score goals. I just said that we probably can't win if we get into a track meet. So we might have to win, by scoring a goal, nicking a goal here, 1-0, 2-0, and, probably going to have to keep it clean sheet.
Something that could maybe help the Galaxy's midfield? Juninho. I'm just kidding. No, just kidding. Just add another center defensive type mid in there. He has some offensive flair, but yeah. But that was the big problem that they identified. They had trouble marking. They were very lax in their marking. I'm talking about the Galaxy here.
Yeah.
And they would lose their marks. And if you watch those 2 Kansas City goals that were scored, wow, the Fire could score goals like that. However, set up in a 3 in the back system, I'm actually a little bit concerned that might be too conservative going against this team. You're right that you probably don't want to get into a track meet, but with that leaky defense that was illustrated by Tenorio and Klopas, maybe you do want to get into a track meet. But we don't have the power.
We don't have the numbers.
We don't have the numbers.
The players.
We don't have the power guys. Who's on our left wing?
We don't have the attacking style.
Do we have a Dos Santos?
No.
No? Do we have a Alessandrini?
We have Nico.
We have a Nico who's, as far as zLAtan, guess who's got the golden boot? Nico does.
So what we're saying is,
now.
I guess what we're trying to say is, we're in trouble if we get into a track.
We're in trouble offensively. We're in trouble defensively.
We might be in trouble defensively. You know, ideally, if Fire are going to win this game, it might be one of those ugly, kind of like how last game was, 1-0. Maybe we're giving Galaxy too much credit because they are in flux, like we've said. So maybe the Fire, put it together and they catch them napping. It's at home. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they go up 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and they put them away. But let me ask you this question now, Jamesy. What do you think the starting lineup's going to look like?
For the Fire?
Yes.
You're going to have Nico up top for sure. The real question is, what are you going to see are you going to be more aggressive with a 4-2-3-1, or are you going to be slightly less aggressive and play a 5 in the back system, or the 3 in the back system, whatever you guys call it. We call it 3 CBs in the back with 2 wing backs. At the moment, I'm going to say probably more inclined to play that 3 in the back system because that's the game you got points off of, and that's where you're getting these points off. I mean, it's better safe than sorry right now, but he can't even afford to experiment with a 4-2-3-1 because we could go down to these guys, and if we're down to these guys, I don't know how we're going to come back because they could still just keep pouring it in. Offensively, they're scary. Defensively, they're questionable. And in order to beat that defense, we need maybe some wingers.
Yep.
I think we need some wingers and not just wing backs to beat that, especially what I saw out there, the way that they got beat by Kansas City. You need maybe a Katai and a Collier on the wing.
Are you saying you want 3 in the back?
I don't.
But now you're saying you want a 4-2-3-1.
I would prefer a 4-2-3-1.
No way.
But
I'm going to say no way.
I do think we're going to be playing a 3 in the back, 5 in the back. I think it would be better to go 4 in the back, and you got to get those 2 wingers.
So. I disagree. I vastly disagree because 4-2-3-1. We've seen what it looks like.
Yeah.
How much?
But you can't have Chan. You can't have 3C defense.
A 4-2-3-1. Who are you? Who again? We've seen what it looks like before. We cannot run that. Okay. We can't run that 4-2-3-1. Yes. 4-2-3-1s. A 4-2-3-1 with 3 CDMs. We can't run that.
We can't run that.
Now, if you wanna run a 4-2-3-1 with 2 CDMs, Campos,
it would be Dax, Basti, take your lumps, Lillard, Ellis, Kappelhoff.
See, here's what I have. I have a 3-4-3 with Sanchez in the back. I'm sorry, I keep switching. A 5-2-3. Yeah, I know. We really got to stick to one.
Gosh, we got to stick to one. Sorry.
But here's what I have. I have Sanchez obviously starting. Lillard, Basti, Cap. I put Lillard in because I think obviously they have some class. And,
over Ellis.
Ellis just because, they have zLAtan. So I want to get a little
first 60 minutes.
So we have Vincent here on the left. We have Vincent on the left wing back. Connor on the right wing back. Dax and Chani in the middle. So not too different than it was last game. Campos, I still have him pegged in at cam. Nico up top. And then I had a problem here, James, between Gordon and Collier. I like Collier.
I
really like Collier. I would like to give him, some time, but Gordon filled in fine. He was very serviceable. So that's what I got for this starting lineup. But
that's not a bad shout, though. Maybe you actually do start Collier and leave Gordon on your bench as like kind of your ace in the hole. Yeah. Because
your 12th man.
Who else is your ace in the hole on that bench right now? I mean,
Katai. We didn't even say Katai's
Is Alexander Katai? Is he even going to make it into this game?
I just don't. Even if you play a 3 in the back system, I don't know where Katai plays.
Katai fits.
Is he a striker? He's not. Is he a striker? Is he going to take Gordon's spot? Is he Campos? Is he that Cam? I don't know. But James, I'll ask you this. Maybe we'll end with this. What is your prediction for the score?
Scoreline. Oh my God, I'm just not confident. I'm not confident. I think we might get a goal. I want to peg Nico for a goal. 1-3. We're gonna lose 1-3. I think.
Honestly, that's kind of what I've been leaning to. It's hard to say as Fire fans. I don't know if I know last year every game I'm like fire, fire, fire.
I always think they're gonna win.
Fire, fire, fire. I
I
think I said my reasons. I don't think we can win a track meet, right? We can't. If they're scoring goals, I don't know if we can get more than 1 goal. Can we score 2 goals? Can we score 3 goals? And on the flip side, are we going to be able to defend? If we play this 3 in the back, are we going to sit and defend and park the bus and just hope we nick a goal? So
got a question for you.
Yeah.
This 3 in the back system that you have here with Gordon and Nico as your front 2. Now, I offer you this. What if the Chicago Fire were able to sub out Gordon and bring in Fernando Torres? How does that improve this squad? Does that do enough for you?
Wow, you're bringing in the
Does that
rumor?
make us dangerous enough to compete with a team like this potentially in the future?
I don't think so.
We still lack a cam.
We still lack a cam, and I feel like Paul knows formation he favors is that 4-2-3-1. That's the formation
which
he
has
likes
one
to
striker,
play, which is a 1-striker system, and we have our 1 striker. So I think again we need to pick a lane here. We need to pick a lane.
That's a good
Are
point.
we trying to play a 3 in the back system? If you're trying to play a 3 in the back system where you need 2 strikers, maybe you get a Torres. But at the same time, we have a Collier. We have some players that are serviceable.
We have 7 strikers on the team. Technically.
So I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about the Torres. I don't think I want him.
What about Eker?
Eker, I don't know. I think I'd rather have both those players, those funds, allocated more to a winger, center back, a cam, something of.
How are all the pundits? How are all the fans? How are all the players, and even the coach, all saying the same thing? Meanwhile, we have Nelson Rodriguez just thinking that he's the smartest guy in the room and thinking, "Oh, we need another striker.
Let's just throw strikers at the problem.
Let's get an 8th striker.
Throw it.
You got 3 goalkeepers. Here's your 4th. You got an MLS serviceable goalkeeper. Here's your 4th. But yeah, I guess that's something about us. You know what? Even despite that, excited to see zLAtan. Excited for the game. I think we do have a
zLAtan.
We have a puncher's chance going into this, as we always do. It's a home match. Everybody's going to be pumped up. It's going to be a sold-out crowd. It's going to be a fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
And really,
it's going to be fun.
We got to come out for the Fire. We got to support the Fire. We got to put the Galaxy in their place as fans. Come on, lads. Come on, lads and lasses. Let's do it.
Dex said it's going to be a parade, so be ready.
Yep. It's going to be a circus show, and players got to do their part. Pano's got to do his part. We're going to do our part, and let's go out there and have some fun.
It's going to be fun.
All right, guys. Sounds like that'll be it. We'll have a great time on Saturday. Hopefully the Fire win. Go Fire.
Go Fire.
Go Fire. Have a good one, guys.